Welcome to Sundry News for Tuesday, July 7th. We begin with the Daily Wire. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp to deploy 1,000 National Guard troops to Atlanta after Democrat Mayor Keisha Bottoms fails to stop violence. Yeah, violence such as protesters, I put that in quotes, shot up a car, killing an 8-year-old girl. Yeah, that kind of violence. It's probably good to stop that shit. Watch. McEnany rips press for ignoring murders. I didn't receive one question on the deaths that we got in this country this weekend. Yeah, of course not if it's done by the wrong people. The people that you don't want to talk about killing people. Snoop Dogg brands black conservatives with racial slur. Protester fatally struck by car after Black Femme March blocks freeway. Driver arrested, identified. Yeah. Just, that's a bunch of stupid stuff, like, altogether, because, one, the highway was closed, so, yeah, he shouldn't have been driving on it. But, two, you're making absolutely no impact with your little march if you're doing it on a closed highway. Cruz says Democrats support hard left. Yeah. AOC taunts him. Cruz responds with radical checklist. Ben's latest op-ed. Today the nostrum goes, it is not enough for Americans to be not racist, they must be anti-racist. What, pray tell, is the difference between being against racism and being anti-racist? Well, you gotta bend the knee, quite literally, in many cases. You gotta kiss some asses. You gotta put your own self down. Your color, your family, your country. Alright, what is this? Loading. On Sunday morning, Senator Ted Cruz, Republican, Texas, responded to presumptive Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden apparently refusing to condemn people tearing down statues of Confederate figures. Cruz blasted, Democrats support the riots, the vandals, the anarchists, that's their base, and they're terrified to offend them. Yeah? Finally, Biden asked more precise question about monuments, responds by saying that it would be better if local governments took steps to take down Confederate statues, but won't condemn people lawlessly tearing them down. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat, New York, tried to take on Cruz by theorizing that the fact that Biden was the presumptive nominee indicated that the Democrats' base was not hard leftists, tweeting, "Yes, that is precisely why the party nominated Joe Biden." Is it me, or is the GOP losing their touch with the conspiracy theory as campaign rhetoric technique? She added in a follow-up post. That triggered a withering response from Cruz. You're the base he's terrified of. Do you support 1. Tearing down statues of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Abraham Lincoln? 2. Destroying Mount Rushmore? 3. Abolishing the police? 4. Acquiescing to autonomous, lawless zones like Chaz/Chop. I'm glad he put autonomous in quotes because they were very, very far from autonomous. They could not take care of themselves at all. Antifa mob violence. Cruz's tweet was issued early Sunday afternoon. By midnight, there were still only crickets from Ocasio-Cortez. In April, Ocasio-Cortez spoke to the New York Times about what she expected about working with Biden. The whole process of coming together should become uncomfortable for everyone involved. That's how you know it's working, she said. And if Biden is only doing things he's comfortable with, then it's not enough. Despite her implication in her Sunday tweet that she believes the Democratic base is not hard left, she told the Times in April, "While Biden is the nominee, we also know that he didn't win because of policy. I don't think he won because of his agenda. He won because of different factors. In state after state after state, Democratic voters support a progressive agenda." She added, I think people understand that there are limits to what Biden will do, and that's understandable. He didn't run as a progressive candidate. But at the bare minimum, we should aspire to be better than what we have been before. And I just don't know if this message of we're going to get back to the way things were is going to work for the people for who the way things were was really bad. So people understand that there are limits to what Biden will do, and that's understandable. He didn't run as a progressive candidate, but he's old as fuck. So we're betting that we can manipulate him. That's what I'm hearing. Ocasio-Cortez's own radical message was in evidence in December 2019 when she said at a Bernie Sanders rally in Los Angeles, so we need to fight to start this work, an establishment of an advanced society. Because as much as we like to say that the United States is the richest country in the history, or rather in modern history, for who? The richest country? Who cares about how much gold is being amassed if we can't realize an advanced society with those resources? We are advanced. And we're here to say that what we're living in right now is not an advanced society. It is fascism. What we have, what we're evolving into as well. In March 2019, Ocasio-Cortez suggested to an audience at the South by Southwest Conference and Festivals that America was 10% better than garbage, asserting, it's just that now we've strayed so far away from what has really made us powerful and just and good and equitable and productive. And so I think all of these things sound radical compared to where we are. But where we are is not a good thing. And this idea of like 10% better than garbage shouldn't be what we settle for. Insufferable. Okay. That's all for that.